Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith of Smith in the Black, and well, we're coming into the end of the month, and we got this big nothing burger forever, but we might get a rev strat monther to try and get these. Eventually, we'll get out of this range. We've been talking this for so long. Got to get out of that. Got to get out of that. Nowhere near doing it. 3 months. Try and take it out, but fail. So we'll see how that goes coming into the new month. Go to QQQ. Big old shooter. Took out 4 months of highs and then back in. So we'll see if we can get out of this because we still got to take out that. Still got to take out that. Well, we are closer to a 2 down. We'll keep an eye on that. Go to the Dow Jones Diamonds here. And slight month and downer, 4 months of sideways. How do we get out of this? So we'll see. Like I said, it's been a day trading environment for a long time now. And so we'll keep doing that. But as we go back and forth, we want to see that if we have that, a bunch of monthly twos kicking in, that could change things because you get used to a certain type of range. And then once it starts to expand and get bigger, people are just caught by surprise, right? We won't be. So at this point, shooter potentially. If we go to Apple, we're just going to stick with some of the big boys here. And what we'll be looking at earnings-wise coming up. This week, there's going to be a lot of retail earnings. There's your Apple trying to go shooter on the month. So a lot of things looking similar, but they could, since they've been stuck in such a tight range for such a long time, they could easily go right back up. But that's what we'll be focusing on coming into the new month. How many twos down do we have? So not too much else to look at, but we can look at the big boys like Meta here, and Meta a little better. It's now it looks like it could go inside month, but you did have that 2-2 reversal here for 3 months of good stuff there, but how far that's going to go, because you now get into something like this. Yuck. Amazon here, these ranges, so bad. So bad. And that's why we're jumping around a lot more than we usually do on day trading than we are, focused on the swings. Like last year we had so many things on the macro list. Now you got so many things that are going inside year. As we come into the last month of the quarter, we'll see what comes of that. But here, Amazon closer to being a 2-2 back down in the month. If we go to Netflix, and Netflix close to 2-2ing back down. It's been trying to creep her way back up, but it's now getting closer to a 2-2 reversal. Pivot machine gun back here if they want to take it down. Google. Oops. Google closer to a 2-2 reversal here. You can see that tried to take out 4 or 5 months here, makes that higher high and then comes back through. So hopefully we can take this stuff out, start hitting this kind of stuff. If you go to NVIDIA here, NVIDIA much better, but it's a gap and holding. So we'll see if that this gap holds. So far so good, because that tells us to look at SMH. Because on Friday we're like, people, is it going to roll back down? I'm like, not so far, right? Not so far. So SMH would get interesting here with the monthly shooter. If we can take that out 2-2. Just these daily ranges are so bad. Just so bad. And that's why you hear me pulling back, and going after the shorter term simultaneous breaks, because we don't have any, good ones on the longer term. So we tried. So when SPY did this here, took these guys out, that was your chance to go up here, but then not so much. On the weekly, that was it. 2-week inside pattern and back down. So we'll, do what we got to do. Teslers. So Teslers, inside week for Teslers. We can keep an eye on that because we know we're finishing off that 2-2 month here. But all that means is these two become an outside bar of that. Then how do you get out of that? You got some distance to be a 2-2 reversal to the downside, but you got an inside week. Like I said, a lot of retail coming out this week. So we got earnings from Target here, and you see that sideways monthly forever. You've got Salesforce coming out here too on Thursday. CRM, see that would set up the shooter, but like I said, earnings. You got Lowe's, so we can watch that with the ITB and all that kind of stuff. But man, so much sideways stuff. You got Splunk that can always move coming out here on Wednesday afternoon. But I can't stress enough. These ranges are just so bad. We need something to happen, and just isn't. You can see this. Look at this mess in here. Splunk, right? But the earnings are coming out, so we'll see. Costco coming out on Thursday afternoon. Monthly closer to 2 down. Look at all these months. Look at this. This is why we're going back and forth and back and forth. And, we have to trade the market we got. You can't complain about it. Just recognize that's what's happening. A whole lot of sideways movement. And as things, just sit there and consolidate and do nothing. Oak to Octa here. Monthly shooter earnings coming out here on Wednesday afternoon. If they want to finish that thing off and take her down. Look at these daily ranges, though. We got used to stuff like this, and then look at this. Nightmare, and that's why we're going day by day, and that's why, I pulled back in a lot of videos, a lot of stuff. I'm like, look, this is hour by hour, and you've heard me say that many times, that, every hour is like a new day to us. Now it really is. It's like, because you don't have any of these macro setups kicking in. You don't have anything really on a major monthly basis yet. That will change, just not now. All right, that's going to do for today. I'm Rob Smith, Mr. Black with the Weekend Vid.